Matt Carmichael from Channel 7, mate. Nice to meet you. Congratulations. You must be very impressed with that. That's to win a scrap here like that and under pressure, not wanting that 0-2.
No, it was fantastic. And a good response from our group after last week. We were clearly disappointed in how we played last week, and to come up to Sydney to play Sydney, who are same as us at 0-1, it was always going to be a challenge. And to our guys' credit, I thought they hung tough there and got it done.
Was it just a case of just a better, more consistent four-quarter effort than last week, or were there certain areas that you felt you really lifted them from last week? There,
probably more of a four-quarter effort. I thought, it ebbed and flowed. The second quarter, Sydney got on top, so we probably conceded that second quarter. But I just thought their work rate, their effort throughout the night. We had some good passages of ball movement, but we just hung in there, and that was the pleasing part. Is the guys just continued to give effort and found a way at the end, which is great.
Don, it probably seems silly, but with all the talk about the record of 0-2, is that a desperate game at round 2?
I think you always want to get a win on the board early in the year, and coming up here, you'd rather be coming away 1-1 than 0-2. So that's a motivation. But as I said, for us, it was more getting back to the real what it's going to take to win tonight. And to our guys' credit, as I said, they found a way when they were challenged a few times with Sydney, who were keen to obviously get a win on the board as well. So. It was a good night, tough night, but a good night.
They nailed big plays, like a torp on quarter time, and then just the way to finish clinically when Sydney did challenge you. So that's a sign that they switched on. And
it was really pleasing. I mean, we had some opportunities. We wasted some opportunities as well, but there's also some opportunities that we took at critical times just to keep that breathing space. Even in the last quarter, I felt the couple of shots at goal that we had just allowed us to have a bit more room from Sydney, who were clearly taking it on and trying to move the ball with speed and get forward. So, good hard-fought win.
Yeah. Were you pleased with the intensity of your defence tonight?
Yeah, loved it. Loved it. I thought that was one thing which we spoke about last week was just our ability to really defend the ball and defend it hard. And they were I think they had 55 inside 50s against, and to keep them to 8 goals was a really good effort.
It looked like Sammy Jacobs was in a bit of trouble there early in the second half. He came back on, so presumably nothing too much.
Yeah, he had a little tweak of the knee, so we're not really sure what that'll be. We'll get that checked. He's okay. He was obviously good enough to come back on. So fingers crossed. It's nothing significant. It certainly doesn't appear that way. So we're pretty hopeful he'll be right.
A big problem last week seemed to be that last kick going inside 50, either kicking it to the wrong option or obviously someone out of position. How did you think that you guys went inside 50 tonight?
I think we improved tonight. I'd still say it's a work in progress, and it's often it's probably the toughest kick in footy, to be honest, and especially against teams that are. And most teams nowadays are pretty effective at getting numbers back there as well. So the space is less to operate in. I thought we had some really good connection at times, but we probably missed a few as well. So we'll keep working on that.
What were your instructions more to the midfielders to say lower the eyes or be patient, or more about forward leading patterns? Or
combination of both, to be honest. I mean, that's often the kicker's looking for something, some movement and some space, and the two combined, then he can pull the trigger on it. And probably last week we were a little bit stagnant, and then we tried to rush it at times, but I thought we were a little bit more patient at times tonight to let things evolve for our forwards and let them do their work.
What about your ability to keep the ball in 50 once it was in there, like your small forward pressure, Jones, Murphy, Eddie, Riley?
Yeah, very good. I mean, that's clearly their role within the team, is to do that. I thought our big guys today were better than last week in terms of bringing the ball to ground as well. So at times you're competing a number down. That's just what AFL footy throws up, but I thought they jumped at the ball and got it to ground, which allowed our smaller guys to go to work and try and either win crumbs or put pressure on the ball.
Don, what do you think of the Crouch boys tonight?
Yeah, they were good. Matt was probably a bit slow in the first half, but Brad sort of started and hit it pretty hard, and both of them are just great competitors. That's the thing. They love playing footy. They love playing footy with each other, and when the game was really a scrap at the end there, and it was some hard balls to be won and some work to be done, those guys rolled their sleeves up and certainly were really strong through the midfield for us.
Which are the kind of KPIs that you value the most, or the ones that pleased you most tonight?
Probably the fact that we were able to keep the Swans scoring down, and defend really strongly. We kept them to, I think, 60 odd points. And that was pleasing. We've been don't want to leak easy goals and things. I thought tonight we made them really fight hard for scoring opportunities, which was pleasing.
Speaking of that, when you see Buddy the effort that he really tried to lift them in the second quarter, and there's a couple of thrilling moments there.
Yeah, you can do that, can't
you? Did you get worried or what?
Well, he sort of kicked. I think of his 3 goals, he kicked 3-3, I think, and the sort of player he is, and that's you don't expect it, but you sort of do. But when it comes along, and the pleasing part is, he's trying to lift it and lift the crowd and lift his team. And to our guys' credit, we just hung in there, and you just kept playing away what we were doing, and sort of makes you accepted that's Buddy. That's what he does, and that's why he's such a great player.
It's a little part where you sort of sit back. Give him
you can't help it at times. He's kicking him left foot from 55 on the boundary. It's great footy.
What does it say about the character of the side? You lost a couple of players to long-term injuries after round one there. For them to kind of rebound away from home like this? Yeah, well, we've got a pretty good record up here, so that's been pleasing. But I guess the guys that come in, Paul Seedsman and Cole Hardy, are going to play plenty of footy for us as well. So as disappointing as it was to lose both Richard and Tom, we knew we had some available replacements, and we've got some guys in the sample who we know can play as well. So there's pressure for spots, but the guys that came in, did what we wanted them to do. And the pleasing part for me is that when we play the way we played tonight, it's the contribution is really even. We're not relying on one or two players to get us over the line. We're sort of guys who play roles playing really strongly. Guys who are there to generate ball, and our forwards compete and give us opportunities and get involved in scores. So that's the hallmark of when we play our best footy. So when I look through the numbers, it's the even contribution that's the thing that stands out when we play well. And Sam Jacobs, a part of it. Anybody else cop a knock or any other injury worry there?
No, I think Josh had a little bang on the shoulder, but I don't think there's anything major there, so he's fine.
And just in terms of trying to carry this momentum now, you're back at home, against Geelong next week?
Yeah, we're at Geelong on Thursday night, so we've got another 6 days into Geelong, so another great challenge. This is the beauty of the comp. We can probably enjoy it tonight for getting a win on the board and the work we put in this week to get the win, but they keep coming. So next Thursday night against Geelong, another high quality opposition. So we'll dust off and get organised and get ready to attack that one.
Good on you. Thanks very much. Well done.
Thanks guys.